I'm Jeff Becker with you again. Here it is 2018 and it seemed like we just quit and we're getting ready to start again. So we're going to do a little preseason scouting. We're going to take a little trip and I'm going to show you a couple things and a couple locations and things to look for. By now you should have your traps all ready to go. If you wax them, just a little tip, you want to clean your triggers, your dogs off if you wax your traps. Even the notch in your pan that the dog sits in, get a little file and get that wax out of there. I know it only takes 2 minutes, but you do that to 10 traps, that's 20 minutes. Eventually it adds up. At the end of the day, you could have set maybe 3 or 4 more traps if you had all that ready ahead of time. So try to get as much done ahead of time as you can. It just makes you a little more efficient. I know there's no big money involved now like there used to be. No, there never was big money, but there's no money like it used to be. But it just makes it more enjoyable if you have everything done. It just saves you more time, you have more catches, and it makes it more fun. So go ahead and try to get some of that stuff done now, and anything you can do ahead of time, do it. And you want to get out there and check your spots out. Make sure someone didn't build a house in your favorite spot that you think you're going to set traps in, because that's happened to me. Most of the farms that we trap, a lot of them I drive by every day, so I know what's going on. But people live in town. You don't necessarily drive by those places a lot. Some guys don't see their spots till the next year. So if you got the time, take a ride. Just go look, talk to your landowners. Make sure you still have permission. Stop and say hello. Ask them what they've seen. They're your biggest asset. I mean, you talk to these guys, they're there every day. We had a guy call yesterday and said, hey, when you guys coming? We saw a coyote across the field the other day. They're deer hunter. They don't want those coyotes in there. And we told them you got to wait about a month. Well, we'll get in there and get them, But they are your biggest asset. Yeah, you can set game cameras and all that, but these farmers are in these fields daily. They know exactly what's going on their property. So listen to them. You learn way more from listening than you do talking. So say hello, how you doing, what are you guys seeing, anything going on here, and they'll fill you right in, I'm sure. So we're going to go look at a couple spots, and we're getting ready to go here. We'll be in about another 3 weeks and we'll all be out there, so I'm sure you guys can't wait, just like I can't wait. I've been doing this for a long time, and I feel like I'm a 10-year-old kid back out there getting ready to go again, So, alright, we're going to go take a ride. Okay guys, it's fall now, so we're going to give up this machine for this machine, because this will not let you check your traps and you can't really hunt out of it. So we're going to check traps and hunt out of this little bugger. So funny, if you look at the size of them, they're like the same money, really. There's 25 grand there, and there's pretty close to that right there. The base Polaris isn't that much, but when you start putting the cabs and heat and everything else in them, yeah, it's just like buying a pickup truck. So like I said, we're going to trade this one for this one, which actually I'm glad. I enjoy driving this a little bit more anyway. Alright, I want to talk to you a little bit about scouting. This farm I've been actually trapped on for probably over 20 years. This is only maybe a quarter mile from my house, but it hasn't been corn for probably since I built this house, so it's been quite a while. So this is one of the reasons you want to get out ahead of time and get a look at these things and see exactly what you got going on. This was a big hay field. Well, what happened now was you get 2 positive things here. One, the corn. There is no better attractant for rodents than corn. Beans are a close second, but corn is as good as it gets. So you bring the rodents in, you'll bring the canines in after them. So that's the first thing that made this good. The second was, this was a pretty big square field, so most of your fox and coyotes and that could just meander anywhere through this field that they want. And it just made your trap locations a little bit tough. But right now, what they did by planting this corn here on the right, they left this section between here and this kind of a growed up gully that goes to a pond, which I'll show you in a little bit. basically left me an alley here. So everything is going to travel up and down here. They're going to go from this big section of woods here. They're going to come up across this field, and they're going to go to this other section of woods. That's the best way to get from point A to point B without being really seen, and the easy way to go through there. So we made this a pretty decent location, and you know, this is going to give you a little heads up on why you want to get out here before traffic season. You come out here and find out, okay, everything's changed around. Well, you got to get out here ahead of time. For me, it doesn't really matter because I drive by this all the time, but a lot of guys live in town. You don't really make it out to your areas until traffic season starts. Well, try to make it a yearly thing to really get out there and to get a look at this before you start trapping. It'll save you a lot of time. Alright, I'm going to show you another location here that's going to be pretty hot. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other end of this field and why this is above average spot. Okay, you're looking at a little pond down in there, okay? And that's where we just came from, up at the other end of this field. Alright, now this pond over here, there's a breast. You can see how it dumps out right here in the edge of this field. Below us here is a gully. It's about 20 feet deep. So, I mean, of course a fox or coyote could cross that if they wanted to, but they're not stupid. They're going to go the easy way. So they're going to come right across this breast to get up into this field. So this corner of this field just became an excellent location. Okay, I mean, this pond's always been here, but the way the corn's forcing everything low, and they will be wanting to get in this cornfield anyway, and that leads you right to the breast. So you'll see in another few weeks when we get up in here and get some traps set, you'll see me make a set. Well, you'll see Bill make a set somewhere in this corner right here, a couple of them, I'm sure. So that's just got a good idea of where you want to try to pick your locations at. Pick the way you would walk up into this field, or how you would get through there, because you know you're not stupid, and neither you're just a mammal like any other mammal. You take the easy way through, and that's the easy way. You're gonna walk this section, you're not gonna beat your brains out and walk through all that brush. You're gonna walk along the edge of this field, you're not gonna stomp through all that corn. You're gonna walk down this little, what I call an alley, and to cross, you're gonna cross that breast right there, and that's how you're gonna get back and forth. And you'll see in another month or so we'll have some catches here, I'm sure. So, all right.